Hey guys, Kyle the Death Knight of Anime here, bringing you my review for My Hero Academia, chapter 194, and right off the bat, I'm gonna say that this is one of those chapters that was extremely short, and yet it still got so much done with just the 14 pages that it had. Like, Horikoshi just pretty much, I don't know if it was Horikoshi's intention to actually do just 14 pages for this chapter, but he still worked with those 14 pages. He got so much, we got so many reveals and so much done in just those 14 pages that this was just like one of those epic chapters. Even though there wasn't really even any fighting going on, there was just still so much story that ended up getting revealed in this chapter that was like, yeah, this is a pretty epic chapter, even if there's no fighting. And okay, so I don't know about the rest of you, but if there's anything that the first chunk of this chapter did, is that it reinforced that All Might is still destined to die, pretty much no matter what happens from this point on. Because if you think about it, when we see the panel of all the previous holders one for all, most of them have taken on a fully manifested form. Even pretty much the two, in the back that are pretty much only that are basically just blacked out. Whereas All Might's manifested form is visible, but his form is in the shape of a humanoid-looking flame, and which leads me to believe, and I think that this is definitely one of those things that was definitely reinforced by the whole flashback of basically Nana's words. Leads me to believe that it's only after the user dies that they fully manifest in the mind of the current user. Now, the one questionable thing is why Izuku couldn't see the two one-for-all holders that were blacked out, like, and just pretty much silhouettes. But I think the simplest explanation that I have there is that it's another side effect to Izuku only having been able to master it at only around 20% of one-for-all's power. But I think again, just from like him being able to see more of the past of all for one and one for all. I think that's going to be another advantage to him controlling more of his powers. That once he gets stronger, he'll be able to commune with pretty much those two spirits that are only mere silhouettes. And okay, so now the funny thing about those two silhouettes is that one of them, just one of them, even though it's a blacked out silhouette, one of them looks very similar to Izuku's appearance. And I'm not gonna lie, this is where I go into some crazy theorist mode. But one of those, like I said, one of those, again, one of those does look very similar to Izuku. So it almost makes me wonder if Horikoshi is hinting at the fact that Izuku's father was a holder of one for all without him even realizing it, without him even being told or anything like that. Again, crazy theory, but the distinct features of that one silhouette made it too hard to ignore. One of those looks exactly like Izuku, and since there's only eight silhouettes in total, that does kind of hint at the fact that yeah, Izuku's father was in fact a one for all holder, and we pretty much know that definitely Izuku is that we definitely know that Horikoshi has taken a lot of cues from definitely Star Wars, so this might be one of those cues. I can't say for certain it's a crazy ass theory to begin with, but just something about that whole situation, about that whole silhouette makes me think that Izuku's father was in fact a holder of one for all at some point. And I mean the only other thing that makes sense in that situation is that Dabi was once a holder of one for all, but again, that wouldn't. I don't think that would make sense because because Dabi's still alive. So yeah, I don't know. I, I guess we'll just have to wait and see. But yeah, for a while I'm gonna be riding on the fact that Izuku's father is a holder of one. What was in fact a holder of one for all, but he probably died even before Izuku was born or something, or even died without anything about it being revealed. But yeah, going beyond all that craziness and after all that craziness, it switches into more just funness, I guess, with Class 1A at the test at the training field, and out of like we definitely see a bunch of different costume changes in this chapter, like especially Bakugo's. Like Bakugo looks like a I don't know, something about, I don't know, it's fun, but at the same time something about Bakugo's design, it looks cool, but at the same time it makes me I wished his more. I liked his other designs a little better. I'm not gonna lie, but this design is cool too. But anyway, out of all the like little out of all the changes, I guess, were made to certain costumes in this one, the one that didn't receive any changes or very minimalistic changes was in fact Momo's costume. Like, and with Momo, like, it made me, with Momo still pretty much wearing only like a cape with underneath her costume, it made me realize that if this chapter is taking place over the winter, like with snow on the ground and whatnot, but like the title suggests, then like it made me find it's not until this chapter that I realized that Momo's costume is severely impractical when it comes to fighting in basically harsher weather, and like it really is impractical. Like she's pretty much, it's just a skin tight outfit with the where her legs and her arms and her bust and chest, they're basically not covered. So like I Momo, as much as basically sexy as you look, I'd advise maybe just making a few small changes to your costume so that, I don't know, you'd be able to survive in harsher temperatures a little better. I don't know, like even just adding some fishnet stockings or something, I think would be an improvement to help in that situation. But yeah, Momo's costume needs some severe upgrades. But overall, I did enjoy seeing the class interact with each other again, because honestly, in these past, like, okay, it's weird to say, but and as cool as the reveal of like the past of what One for All and All for One was, I did. I did kind of miss seeing the class just interact with each other again. Like we have definitely gotten a little bit of the class interacting, but surprisingly, it hasn't been enough for me. I need more of the class, and I've surprisingly, it's been just nice to see the class interacting again, and I need more of that, I guess. And so the main setup for the next chapter in this one was that it's going to be Class A fighting Class B in a mock battle. And first thought about this is, please, Horikoshi, please, I'm begging on hand and knee here. Please give Monoma more development beyond just being the crazy moron with a penis envy for Class 1A. Because, like, honestly, here's the thing about Monoma for me. I want to like the dude. He's got a cool quirk. Personality-wise, he's a fucking piece of shit. He's a douchebag. Like, he has no personality outside of basically mocking Class A. So it's one of those things where out of all the things that I want to see in this fucking chapter, I want to see him get development. I want to see him be humanized. Like, he's always just been a cocky piece of shit. Even in the sports festival, as cool as his quirk was, and as much as it was proven how much of a how smart he is, I want to see a little more, but pretty much beyond just how much of a cocky ass he is. So please put it. And from the sounds of it, that's probably what we're probably gonna see out of this. But until it actually happens, I'm begging on hand and foot here, Horikoshi. Give us more with Monoma. That's all I'm gonna say. Of course, Monoma's whole bit in this chapter was, in a way, quickly forgotten by the reappearance of a much better character. The reappearance of a much better character, Shinso, which, again, I'm so happy to see him again. I'm overjoyed even, but I'm curious as to what. But I'm curious to see what exactly his role is going to be in this particular mock battle, because, like, personally, I'm happy and I'm overjoyed to see him again, but I'd be over the moon if he ended up joining the hero course after this, because after whatever comes of this little mock battle, because although I am curious into seeing what exactly his involvement in this test is going to be like, because if he's hoping to transfer courses, obviously he'd have to prove himself here, which, from the way it was all set up, looks like might be on Class B's team, but honestly, like the overall placement, it doesn't matter to me. I'm just curious to see what he's learned since the sports festival and how much of his abilities have improved. Can he pretty much even do more than just control people's minds now? Can he do more with his ability to control people's minds now? But yeah, Shinso, like, he's gonna be the center of attention for me. Like, and out again, I want to see him get into the hero course, because he's just such a cool fucking character. Hell, if a person has to be replaced, I'd fucking replace him with Monoma in a fucking heartbeat. So, but yeah. But anyway, guys, that's my review. If you enjoyed the video, like, comment, subscribe, follow me on Twitter and Facebook. Death Knight of Me, signing off. Later, guys.